Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters, and welcome to our weekly ABG or Albeit Guests webinar, where inshallah we will take you through the current phase of what's happening on Nusuk, and also obviously deal with your various questions. So alhamdulillah, today inshallah the agenda is e-wallets. As you may know, e-wallets have opened up on Nusuk, and perhaps if you're struggling on that process, we'll take you through that today, inshallah. And then, and as I mentioned, we'll go through the Q&A and so forth. But before I hand over to, as we normally do, for those of you who've been here week in and week out, and we thank you for that. We tend to have a 5-10 minute lecture or reminder, I should say, not lecture, reminder from one of our religious guides. And today, alhamdulillah, we are pleased to have Sheikh Ala Al Sayed, who is a prominent Egyptian Canadian scholar, educator, and community leader based in the Greater Toronto area. He's highly active in global dawah, marriage counseling, and humanitarian work. So we're quite honored to have him here with us. But before he, inshallah, starts his reminder, if I could just, in terms of updates, if I could just, inshallah, inform you that, alhamdulillah, at this stage, all Al Bayt guests packages have been uploaded onto Nusuk. So we are, alhamdulillah, ready to go as far as packages are concerned. In terms of the group flights, we're still working on the group flights, and hopefully, inshallah, within a week or so, we should have all the group flights uploaded on Nusuk as well. So that's with regards to the updates. In terms of sales, inshallah, we're looking at, from the information we have currently, is that sales will go live around about 15th of Shaban, which is give or take the 3rd of Feb. So we still have, alhamdulillah, some time. I know perhaps some of you are still struggling with verifications and so forth, but I would like to think in the next week or so, a good number of people, if not all of the people who are pending verifications, will be verified, inshallah. So without any further delay, if I could just call upon Sheikh Ala Al Sayed to inshallah give us a motivational spiritual reminder before we go into the technical details of e-wallets and so forth. تفضل Sheikh, جزاك الله
إياكم إن شاء الله. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وبعد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear Islam. And may Allah bless you for your time sharing here, and may Allah grant you that invitation that we all long for. And I look forward to be, inshallah, your students before we share this beautiful memories together and host on you. A journey that I talk about is not a physical journey, it's a lot more than to it, inshallah. So when I usually take groups for Hajj or Umrah, I prepare them for how to get into it, not just the physical aspect of it, the hardship or difficulties, but indeed the spiritual aspect, the emotional aspect, and specifically of aqidah issues. So when you come back, you're stronger in every aspect of your life. For example, when we know about Hajj, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, وَأَذِّن فِي النَّاسِ بِالْحَجِّ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala simply asked him to make the call. And you can understand now there's no WW this and there's no Wi-Fi here and there's no anything with Bluetooth over the thousands of years back. And all we had to do is just have the aqidah, the belief that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us a command and we follow, and you will see this recurring in that journey that you will be, inshallah, embarking. And then he asked him, how do I actually relay the message onto the people in the world? He says, عليك الأذان وعلينا البلاغ. All you have to do is just call and we will relay the message onto them. Thousands of years later, you come back and you say the same thing. لبيك اللهم لبيك. Not al-bayk. I know everybody talks about al-bayk, but inshallah it's a different labbayk. Allahumma musta'an. So when you say labbaik Allahumma labbaik, this is something, a lesson learned. This is a ibar an ibat. This is wisdom behind it. It's a lesson for me to know that if I call and I call and I call and I don't get the answer, I'm not in the rush because I know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has wisdom and time that I have to submit and I just do what laysa al-insan illa ma sa'a. That means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us to do the effort, the plan. And that's exactly what we're asking you here at Al Bayt, to put the effort and plan. And with sincerity, inshallah, Allah will grant you the reward whether you make it or not. But may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you that invitation. And also understand that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us that test and that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts us through, whoever passes or fails, we don't blame anybody else except ourselves. However, Allah, by His mercy and grace, does not hold us accountable for the outcome of the sa'i. Not the sa'i, Safa and Marwa, the sa'i meaning the effort you plan. So he says you only will be held accountable for the effort and the planning that you have to do. The outcome is in my hand. Are you not going to be held accountable for it? So may Allah reward you for your time and your effort and your planning to do, inshallah, and may grant you continuation. So the second thing that we want to do, even in that beautiful journey of Hajj, I understand some of you want to take some, maybe some pictures, some videos, some your social media, you do your shopping. It is secondary. Just make sure that you understand that your primary goal is one thing. Secondary is permissible, but you have to have the intention, inshallah. So when you go around, also remember, when you expose your shoulder, you also show power. When you remember the ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَأَعِدُّ لَهُمْ مَا اسْتَطَعْتُم مِّن قُوَّةٍ. That's the language we understand. I'm not going to go into politics on you here, but you understand there's a story behind it where Prophet Muhammad sallallahu says, Rahim Allah, may Allah have mercy upon those who show him quwwah. Why? Because they have all the everything else that the warfare that they have of hearsay, of rumors that Muslims are sick, and so on and forth. So every aspect of Hajj, there's a story behind it. There's a lesson learned. There's an aqidah issue that we believe in. And so we go into the black stone, we think also where it came from, why it was, what color it was. And we don't think about what size of the shoes the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam when we go to Maqam Ibrahim. We don't go kiss it, we don't go hug it, we don't go touch it, we don't ask of anything else. So we also have to purify our intention that we have to do this in the proper way. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأَتِمُّ الْحَجَّ وَالْعُمْرَةَ لِلَّهِ Lillah, not for anybody else. And in the way properly done, according to Quran and Sunnah, how our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam showed us. And we know that Umar al-Khattab radiallahu anhu, when he actually kissed the black stone, what did he say? He said, Wallahi inni a'lam innaka hajar, la tanfa' wa la tadur. I know you are a mere stone. You cannot harm or benefit. But I do this because I saw Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam doing it. So you also have to understand, does it have to make sense to me? Of course it doesn't. But do I follow the Quran and Sunnah? Yes, it does. Why? For two reasons. One, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sometimes tells you what to do and it tells you the illah. Why? لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. There's a reason for it. And sometimes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just tells you to do it. No. Reason given. Why? Because we submit. He teaches us we submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One more story with you, but before I leave, inshallah, the thing is that you have to understand that when we go around the stone, we take a stone, hit another stone. Does it make sense to us, guys? Absolutely not. Why we do it? We do it because we were told to do so. And that's the submission we have to come. So when you come back, when you learn, I know some of the brothers and sisters, some of them don't pray. I know when they go to Hajj. I know some of them don't wear hijab. But our job is to make sure that it gives you that spiritual journey, that when you come back a beautiful, well-tuned Islamic machine, a better human being. And inshallah, this is what we have to understand. Lastly, is the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam and the family of Hajar and Ismail. Look at the beauty of this. Look at the content of what they have. What a beautiful mix. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, Hajar, Prophet Ismail alayhi salam. You think of your own family members and what contact do you have? How close to Allah? And when he was given that in a dream, he didn't say as a nightmare, I submit. Even his son, he didn't say maybe you've had too much food and falafel, you feel awful, the biryani was too spicy today. Dad, you're thinking something that is too, you wanna slaughter your own son. SubhanAllah says, Ushdud, ya abati. By the way, the ta here is an extra letter in the root of the word. As ziyada fil mabani, ziyada fil ma'ani, which means what? The increasing of the letters and make the foundation of the word in itself, it means the increasing of the meaning of the word in itself. He didn't say, oh, or this old man. He said, oh, my dear, respected, beloved father. So when we have this, when we have Hajar alayhi salam, when you took her out, left her in a place where there's no shopping mall, there is no Wi-Fi, and he turns around after she gives him a beautiful baby, Turns and walk away, and the Aqidah is right there. He didn't say anything in one narration. He asked him, Allah amaraka bidhalik. Did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala command you to do so? One narration says, Na'am, one word. What you say? إِذًا لَا يُضَيِّعْنَا. Indeed, He will never let us down and let us stray or mislead us. And that's it for today. So when you go there, my brothers and sisters, for Hajj and Umrah, I don't want you to think of anything else except the journey of the soul. Everything else that you're going through and what it means to you personally and how I can change. Why? Because it becomes information only when you know about it. But when does the information turn into knowledge? When you walk the talk, when you implement the knowledge, when you implement the information into action, it becomes knowledge. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among those who listen to speech and follow the best of it. May Allah grant us invitation to perform Hajj, Ya Rabb, Ameen. And may Allah grant us sincerity and accept from actions and deeds. Ameen. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على آله وصحبه والتابعين. It's been an honor and pleasure. I look forward to serving you, inshallah, soon. جزاكم الله خيرا والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah khair for that, Sheikh Allah. And inshallah, we look forward to seeing you on Hajj and going through that journey to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala together, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So, inshallah, if I could call upon Sayyid Omar to inshallah take us through the e-wallet pricing structure and so forth. So it'll be perhaps a 15-20 minute presentation before we move on to the next segment, inshallah. Sayyid, the floor is yours.
Yes. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, we can hear you. If I could also, sorry to interrupt you, Sayed. I was tempted to actually disable the Q&A function. That way people can concentrate, because essentially what tends to happen is, in fact, I'll do that. What tends to happen is while you're presenting, people are asking questions, and perhaps it's something that you're actually dealing with. So yeah, you can share your screen and proceed, and I'll just disable
Inshallah.
the Q&A function for now. Jazakallah khair.
Sounds good, inshallah. Let me get this screen up, inshallah. So you guys can see my screen?
We can see your screen, yes.
Okay, great. So,
If you could just just share it as opposed to
okay, inshallah. I think I have two presentations, so one I'll be able to share more like a PowerPoint. This is just to get started off, inshallah. So, without further ado, Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad wa barik wa sallam. Jazakallah khairan, Jafar, Bhai, for having me. Just uh, without taking too long of a time, I just want to go over the e-wallet. I think it's a very crucial thing, and it's very important that Al Bayt guest took out time to have a webinar just for this topic. Um, so, just to begin, I think it's very important to know the purpose of what we're doing and why we're doing it. So, I don't want to skew off the topic too much, but if you were to buy a car, you would go look up online or ChatGPT, you would search up what's the best car for you. You would do a lot of research. You would take a couple of days. You would do mashura. You would talk to your family. Then you would plan a test drive. You would go check it out, and then you would purchase your car. And your car is going to cost somewhere between 10 to 100,000 or whatever it is. And then on vice versa, if you wanted to buy a chocolate bar or a water bottle, you won't think twice. You're gonna go inside. You're gonna grab that water bottle, and you're gonna go ahead and buy that water bottle without thinking twice. So what I want to basically talk to you about is the fact that this is Hajj. This is the biggest investment. This is the biggest thing that we can possibly take on in our lives. So we need to make sure that it is that we are going to make sure that we are going to make the most mashura. We're going to take out the most time compared to all other investments and all other things that we do. The reason that we're going to do this is because this is the investment that can take us to Jannah, right? We all know, we've all heard it. This is the investment that can truly take us to Jannah. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to all see Jannah. So for that reason, Al Bayt Guest has taken out time to just go over the e-wallet because over the last 3 years, we've experienced different issues with this process. And this process within itself is the reason that people go on Hajj or don't go on Hajj, unfortunately. Allah's the acceptor, right? It's not the e-wallet that's going to accept you, but this is a crucial part that you need to fulfill, right? So without further ado, I'll get into the presentation. So we need to make sure that right you're activating your e-wallet, and if you haven't already heard the news, the e-wallet is now open, so you can start the process right now. And if you're topping up your e-wallet, right, you're going to either do it with your debit card, you're going to do a bank transfer, or you're going to use a family member. So we'll talk about all those steps and scenario. So now topping up with the debit card or credit card. Now, this is something that we've recommended on and on and on, and it's unfortunate how many people have fell into issues because of this. So there is either you can use debit card or you can do a wire transfer through your bank, through your checking account or saving account. Now, if you decide to do a wire transfer, I just want you to know it's going to take 3 to 5 business days, and then there's a weekend that doesn't align. So the weekend of America, the weekend of Canada is going to be Saturday and Sunday, while the weekend of Saudi Arabia is Friday and Saturday. So these factors are going to make it longer and longer. So you need to keep that in mind. You need to make sure that you don't get stuck with a wire transfer. And I completely understand that some of you are sitting here saying, "Hey, I don't want to do a debit card or credit card. I have to transfer, upwards of $50,000, $60,000, maybe more because I have a big family. So I'm not going to sit there and I have restrictions or I don't have debit card or credit card. I'm going to only use my bank." So if you do that, that's fine, but just keep in mind you need to start that process ASAP. You do not want to wait. And most importantly, you have to consider, am I doing a transfer via my direct bank? So, some people want to use third parties. So I highly recommend you do not. Actually, I strongly recommend you do not. By the way, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is just a recommendation to make sure that you guys get the best opportunity to acquire a Hajj package, inshallah. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us. But that being said, so you're not using some third-party bank just for the process of a transfer. The reason why is that likely you're going to have some leftover money, and that leftover money has to come back to your account. So if it cannot come back to a third-party account. The way the Saudi Arabian accounts are set up, the wire transfer does not allow if the account holder's name, the person's name on Nusuk is not registered there, even if it's your business account, it doesn't matter. But if it's not registered there and you're doing it with a third party, then the money will not come, and your money unfortunately will be stuck in a limbo. If you go with a Wise or one of those digital banks, that's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with using Wise, but there's not too much advantage. People like to use those Wise and those digital banks to beat the currency exchange rate. So, I mean, maybe for Canada, and maybe one of the Canadian partners can chime in about this, what's best for you. But for United States, you do not need to worry about this because it's a pegged rate. 3.75 is the rate that you're going to be given. Banks usually give a little less than that, but it's a pegged rate, so you don't have to worry about that. So the best recommendation from us is use your Visa or your MasterCard. And keep in mind, Amex, American Express is not allowed. Right, so we just went over that. Now, another important thing is you will instantly see the top up happen. If you if you were to add via your Visa or MasterCard, you will see an instant top up, and then you'll also get a notification. And this message right here, I'm circling it with my cursor. It lets you know that hey, this amount has been added, and then also in your dashboard right here where I'm circling, you'll see the balance will increase. That's how you know that it worked properly. If you don't see it right away, log back out, log back in, and you should see it. That's if you do a Visa or debit card. If you do a wire transfer, again, it could take 3 days. It could take even longer. So you don't want to get stuck, especially when we get closer to the sales phase. We will highly recommend against debit card. We already recommend against it. I mean, but again, we understand this is a form of payment that you may have to use, but keep that in mind. Now, going on. Uh, Now, there will be foreign exchange rates. Now, what that means is most Visa card holders, I've been told MasterCard does not include this, have this, but most Visa card holders tend to have an issue with uh, uh, international fees. So you're going to be given extra international fees. So you'll be surprised. They go up based off of how much you transferred. So talk to your card. You can talk to your bank if you're doing a debit card. You can talk to your credit card company if you have a credit card, and you can ask them to waive the fees. And this is a possibility because you'll see those transaction fees add up. I've been told that, hey, MasterCard it doesn't have that same problem. So, but just again, double check with your bank, and many times they will make exceptions. So you can get those fees reversed, inshallah. This is just some, again, we've already went over this. Also, the same other, I didn't mention this, but if you choose to top up your e-wallet using your bank transfer, using a ACH or wire transfer, you will experience refund delays. You will for sure experience refund delays, so look out for that. You don't want to get caught with your money leaving your account. Um, Going on. No topping up e-wallet. So now this is important. You will get your personal IBAN. Everyone will get their personalized IBAN that will appear in their dashboard and on their e-wallet. So you can view your e-wallet and you will see your IBAN. If you're doing a wire transfer, you need to make sure you add the IBAN to your e-wallet, and then you need to make sure you add this information right here. And we're going to share this with you as well. Al Raji Bank, King Fahad Al Raji Tower. We have to make you have to make sure if you're being asked this information, you're putting this, and what's being showed is not an example. This is the actual information that you need to put. Inshallah, we'll share this with you. And if you don't have to take a screenshot, but if you want to take a screenshot, you can do that now, inshallah. I'll put that back on the screen for just a moment before we go to the next screen. Okay. No. Okay. Now, keep in mind that you, this is very important that people get this mixed up. So, number one, if you're family members, you need to be on one account. If you are not if you're not on one account, you're able to link your account. There's a way you can go into the settings and link your account. But keep in mind, once you put money in your e-wallet, this will be disabled. You will only be a host. So if you have money in your account, right? And you are a husband, and you have money in your account, and there's a wife, and there's money in her account. There is no way to link these. You will be stuck in a limbo. We can reach out to some special people in Bolton and try to get you extra help, but I'm just going to be honest with you. This is very crucial, so make sure you do not put money in your e-wallet until you add everyone, and everyone has been approved as well. So there's no point of adding money into your e-wallet. I think it might not even allow it. It may allow it, but there's no point of doing that until everyone has been verified. So when the verification process has been completed, and again, very important, everyone's added to one account. So you're taking care of that now before you start adding money, inshallah. Now, keep in mind, this is some important notes that you want to know. When you're adding money to your e-wallet, right? Let me go back to the screen. Um, okay. So if you just look right here for a moment, um, this is where the balance will show up. Okay. So when you add money to your e-wallet, right, you're going to get this notification. I highly recommend you start with small amounts. So maybe $100 or $1, even $1 or $5 or $10. Start with small amounts. As even it's so funny, like we experience this every year. People call the bank and say the bank says, "Hey, it's approved. You can go ahead," and then people go and try and it's not working. So as weird as it is, you have to start with $1 or you have to start with $10 or $100 and build your way up. You're they both have to recognize each other, and then once that happens, you'll be able to bring the larger amounts into the bank account. But again, don't worry, just start off with small amounts, inshallah, and then build your way up. Okay. Now, topping up, make sure you have sufficient funds in your e-wallet. This is very crucial, right? The packages are of different prices, and we can go over that in a second. I don't want to go on too long, but make sure you have sufficient funds in your e-wallet. So, all right, Alhamdulillah, packages are less this year, but if you're aiming for a luxury package, maybe consider having enough money for our premium package. So if your package is 12,000, but you're considering a premium package, maybe you need to consider putting $15,000 per person in the e-wallet. Now, you might end up going with the luxury package that only costed $13,000 or $12,000, but still, you're able to get that money back. Now, we'll talk about in a second how you refund, and that's a different portion. But keep in mind, you need to have sufficient money in your e-wallet. I understand there's limitations, and may Allah make it easy for everyone, but having that additional funds will make sure that, hey, if I don't get my first pick, and that's very likely, especially in the luxury category, if you don't get your first pick, and in the premium category, and technically all the categories, but if you don't get your first pick, you're able to get your second pick. Hey, I didn't get luxury. I'll go with standard. I'll have leftover money in my account, but then inshallah I'll get that back. So keep that in mind. And um, and now going on, inshallah. Uh, a very important note. Now, you might wonder, how am I going to get my money out? So when it comes to withdrawal, and this will be done in later on programs as well, this will be talked about to you when you're when purchasing will actually be done. The team leaders and the guides will remind you that, hey, make sure you don't click a refund. Make sure you don't withdraw any funds until you make sure that you received a confirmation, and you wait a couple of days actually, because there have been scenarios where people have received confirmations and then just a few days after it left, it wasn't in their cart. And this tends to happen to last minute people who are like the last few booking, if they end up booking and unfortunately the quota dries up. This situation has happened. So don't take your money out early. Okay. And now, uh, the last thing I want to share with you is um, putting in your money. You have up to, they change it every years, but we've been told you have up until 72 hours to take out your money. Before it was 14 days. I think it's changed to 72 hours to take out your money without any charges without any late fee. Excuse me, any transaction fees. Now, if after that point, any money you withdraw from your wallet, you will be charged 2.3%. So please keep that in mind. Another important note I want to say, and I saw this happen last year in someone who was trying to get one of the packages with Al Bayt Guest. Unfortunately, um, there was multiple phases. So the first phase took place, and again, we don't know how many phases there will be this year. I'm not saying there's multiple this year, but there were multiple last year. So the first phase happened. Unfortunately, the brother wasn't able to buy a package, and then the next phase happened, and and he thought, hey, it's done. It's time to withdraw my money. He started the withdrawal process. The money was stuck in limbo. He did not receive it, and he didn't have the buffer money to send it back. And then he hears the news, hey, it's Nusuk is going live again. There's a second phase. So he tries to put that money back. Unfortunately, there's not enough time, and he wasn't able to buy his package. May Allah allow him to be able to buy a package this year. But this is very important, inshallah, and we just wanted to share with you. I think I'm going to leave it here, inshallah. So please keep in mind, again, before I leave off, uh, everyone, I highly recommend you plan to get one package above what you are at already. So if you are getting a standard package, which will be around $9,000 to $10,000 with the flight, you have an extra two to 3,000, because if that runs out, you can buy a luxury package. If a luxury package runs out, you have enough of the extra money to buy a premium package. So keep this in mind, inshallah, and then I'm going to hand it over to Jafar Bhai. And I think we have plenty of questions, inshallah.
Jazakallah khair for that presentation, Sayyid Omar. And I would like to think people benefited from that, especially given that we disabled Q&A as well. So people kind of, zoomed into what you had to say. So what we'll do now is, inshallah, we'll ask Mufti Javed to just give us a live demo, if you're ready, just to give us a live demo of the actual e-wallet process. It shouldn't be long before we go on to Q&A. And before you go ahead, Sheikh. Go ahead, Mufti Saab.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So this is our Nusuk profile. It's pretty simple. This is to view the e-wallet, top up the e-wallet. You can view the e-wallet to see how many transactions you've made. It gives you a history of all the transactions here, and you can also there's a withdrawal button here, and there's a top-up button here. So when you want to withdraw funds, you click on here. When you want to top up, you just click there. Brother Sayed has just gone over the bank transfer information, which is here, but the information that he shared is important because the beneficiary name here, Tashir, he also gave you their address, and you will need their address in order to make that wire transfer. So if you didn't make a screenshot of that, you can contact the reps. They should be able to share that address with you, inshallah. So you will need that address when you go into the bank to make that wire transfer, if you're doing a wire transfer. If you do a credit card, it's simple here. Top up your e-wallet. Let's just say we want to top up $100. Sorry, it was 100 riyals, not $100, 100 riyals. I agree, and that's the processing fee there. And you just press next here, and it will populate your information here if it's already in the system. If it's not in the system, you will have to enter this information, your name, your state, your address, and then you press next. Top up your e-wallet, total amount 100 riyals, and then you just enter your card number, expiration date, card holder, and CVV. Pay now. Now when you hit pay now, there's two things that can happen. Either it's going to go through, or either it's going to say to you that please contact your bank, or the payment didn't go through. If the payment didn't go through, majority 90% of the time you need to pick up the phone. Do not, as soon as this customer service you're connected with customer service, ask them to speak to the fraud department, or get the fraud department number directly, call them directly, get them to release the fund, and then have them stay on the phone whilst you press this button, pay now, and the amount will go straight through. If you need to use multiple cards, you'll have to call them multiple cards. That's pretty much it. It's very simple. This is how the e-wallet is topped up. Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah khair, Mufti Saab. Brother Said, you want to come in again?
Yes, inshallah. I'm gonna just show one thing before I go, inshallah. I think this is important to just get an idea of what is affecting your price, right? So we talked about how to put the money in, but we didn't really talk about what's affecting the price. So obviously, there's many factors, right? It's your visa, your services, locations, and the accommodation choices that you pick, and also the room occupancy that you pick. And the Ministry of Hajj has divided it in three categories. right? Standard, luxury, and premium. Now, the next slide. So what's affecting the price? So, right, accommodation, right? Depending on Mecca, if you're in Mecca and you're in an area that the accommodation is closer to the Haram. So, depending on how close you are, if you're a 5 minute walking distance, or you're a 7 minute walking distance, or you're a 10 minute walking distance, or if you're a 15 minute walking distance, that's the difference. Or if you're staying in a Zizia or a Shisha, the Shisha area, that's going to change the price. And also in Medina, if you're in a hotel that's same situation, a 5 minute walking distance, or a 7 minute walking distance, or a 10 minute walking distance, that's going to change the price. Non-shifting and shifting, this is a major consideration. And by the way, today is not to explain to you the differences of those hotels or what is shifting and what is non-shifting. We just want to show you how it affects the price. I think the next few weeks, the guides and the staff of Al Bayt Guest will show us each package. They're going to break it down. So inshallah, we have plenty. So if you have any questions about that, don't worry. Inshallah, rest assured, we're going to learn exactly what's a standard package, what's a non-shifting package, what is a shifting package. But clearly, we know that the non-shifting packages tend to be more, and the shifting packages tend to be less. And Majar al-Kabsh, the VIP packages, this will obviously be a lot more. And Muaysam, the standard tents where most people stay, this will be a lot less. Keep in mind, obviously, Majar al-Kabsh is VIP, but Muaysam is of the same standard. Bismillah, next. So, right, occupancy, double room, that's going to be a lot more if you're getting a double room for yourself and your family member. If you're getting a triple room, if you're getting a quad room, and also Al Bayt Guest gives the option of a single room. So if you want your own room, you can also do that. All right. So, and your group flight. So that's going to be another factor. If you're choosing a pre-picked group flight, each flight might have a small variation in price. So keep that in mind, right? Custom flights will be different as well. We don't recommend custom flight. We've said that a couple of times, but custom flights will be less or more. So keep that in mind as well. Choosing your Hajj package, you need to obviously do what's best for your health and your physical capabilities, your financial capabilities. So keep that in mind. Just because you're buying a standard package doesn't mean that you don't have enough money to buy a premium package. It doesn't matter. I know people who have plenty of money, but I still recommend, hey, go with the standard package. Because if, alhamdulillah, you're young, you can walk, you can move, you have no issues. And there's people who might struggle, but those people, excuse me, sorry, my screen is having issues. People have issues with walking, so they need to go with the premium package. They need to consider a luxury package. So please keep that in mind, inshallah. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for all of us to choose the right package for us and to be accepted for Hajj. And this is a very important dua, inshallah, that we all renew our intentions and make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept us. Jazakallah khairan. So I just want to leave it off with that, a couple of thoughts, and I'll leave it back to Jafar, inshallah.
Jazakallah khair, Sayyid, for that. So inshallah, we will go on to Q&A now, and I'll open up the floodgates for the written questions. And if you have a question that you want to put to us on live question via the mic rather, then inshallah, just raise your hand. But before I do that, if I could just, for those of you, especially for those of you who came in slightly later, yeah, so I have enabled written questions. For those of you who joined us slightly later, if I could just remind you that all Al Bayt Guests packages are available now on Nusuk. In terms of the group flights associated to the various packages, hopefully they'll be uploaded and available on Nusuk in the next week or so. So look out for that. So what our encouragement would be at this stage is to practice the configuring obviously your preferred packages and so forth, and practice that process, because you may find that from experience from previous years' experience rather, till the last minute before the sales open, they may reset all the configurations. So that's something that you need to essentially practice and be very um, uh, can't find the word, but be very um, very what's the word? Can one of the panelists help me with this? Anybody? Anyway, just practice the configuration of the packages, inshallah, so that when it comes to the day of sales, which as it stands at the moment, the information that we have is the 15th of Shaban, so around about 3rd of Feb, give or take, is when the packages will go live. And at that stage, obviously, you'll have configured your package, have it in the basket, and ready to purchase, inshallah. However, if the packages are reset or the configurations are reset, you should be able to swiftly configure a package again, inshallah. So if I could just now we'll take questions, and we'll start with Mahbooba Begum. Mahbooba Begum, if you want to just unmute yourself, please.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Yes, brother, I'm the husband of Mahbooba Begum. My name is Abdullah. I'm asking you, I saw you have 40 packages on the Nusuk platform, but none of them has a flight, any information or flight here. So I'm looking for the flight from the JFK, Saudi Airlines. Do you have any Saudi Airlines flight?
Yes, we will have Saudi Airlines flight, but as I said a moment or two ago, inshallah, the flights will be uploaded onto the Nusuk platform in the next week or so, inshallah. So look out for
Next
that.
week?
In the
Everybody's
next,
done. 300 packages on the platform. You waiting for next week, brother?
yeah, so within a week, inshallah, we'll have the flights, inshallah, uploaded onto the group flights, that is. I mean, at this stage, there's no purchasing. So whether it's next week or even the week after, for that matter, you're not able to purchase any packages at this stage.
No, but
So,
but we can review your packages over again, and we can research your packages. That's why
most definitely. So in terms of the packages, you've got other than the flights, you've got all the packages in terms of the actual package details. You have all of that on Nusuk. The only element in terms of the group flights that's obviously pending. But some of the panelists, sorry, you said you want to fly from
from
JFK.
JFK
Is that
to
what you said?
Jeddah on Saudi Airlines. Do you have
Sure,
any
sure.
package? Could you give me the package number, please?
Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, so if I could have one of the panelists who is perhaps Mufti Saab or Yasser, one of the panelists, one of the
No, I
guys
called
who will
him
be traveling.
yesterday, the Mufti Saab, Mufti Jabed, but he couldn't answer me. So he doesn't know even. He doesn't have any information.
So we have flights. We do have flights going from JFK. I think Yasir also has flights going from JFK. And if the panelists can just put their hands up who has flights going from JFK, I'll just go through them. But a lot of the representatives do have flights flying out from JFK, Saudi Airlines. So don't worry about it, inshallah. And you can contact the representatives to find out the details of the flights also, inshallah. Does that answer your question,
Jazakallah khair. Jazakallah khair. We'll go to Ali Drain. If that's the right pronunciation of your name. If you could unmute yourself, please.
Yes. Thank you, brother. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for your great insight.
Salam.
So in my understanding, then, because I'm still under verification, so for now, I don't need to top up my e-wallet because I'm still under verification. I need to wait until, I'm verified in order to make my purchases. That's one, to top up my e-wallet. That's one question I have. The second one is when it comes to, doing the e-wallet, my biggest conundrum at this time is how much money I'm supposed to. I understand how you said that, try with $1 or $100, and later, if everything works, then, work your way up. But how are we gonna know exactly how much money we need to pretty much put in there, not knowing the exchange rate between the U.S. and between the U.S. dollar and the Saudi riyal? That's one thing. And then, is it possible for you to tell us now what if the e-wallet is going to cover once we are in Mecca? Is it everything? And does it also include the ship we are supposed to buy or not? And last but not least, the you said you recommend you advise us to choose a group flight instead of custom flights. What does group flight concretely mean? Does it mean a family traveling together, or a small number of people doing the pilgrimage together, so that they can, for example, meet at one specific airport, right, to depart and then return to the US through that airport?
Okay, brilliant. Jazakallah khair for your, I think it was 4 or perhaps 5 questions. If I could restrict everyone to just one question, please. And
Okay.
the reason being, we've got like 29 hands up, and obviously we want to try and
Sorry. Sorry
accommodate
about that.
everyone, inshallah. So
Sorry
perhaps if
about
I could
that.
get, no problem, no problem. So if I could have perhaps Yasser to answer this, if you got all those questions, inshallah, if you just go through them.
Mufti Saab can go ahead. Mufti Saab was writing the questions.
Yeah. Any of the panelists, inshallah, you could come in and answer those questions, inshallah. In terms of the group flights, the any of the panelists volunteering?
Sorry, Brother John, what was the question?
Okay.
Go ahead, Mufti Saab. Mufti Saab, go ahead.
Go ahead, Samir. Bismillah.
No, I missed the question because I was multitasking with the live
Yeah, so
question.
I'll answer part of the question, group flights. What is the difference between the group flights and the flights that you see on the custom flights? I think that's an important question. Jazakallah khair for answering and asking that question. Um, a custom flight, just imagine that as you're using any type of airline booking system like Kayak, Expedia, any of these type of, or Booking.com, and you're using these booking systems to find a flight to go to any place in the world. You are using the custom flight system exactly in the same manner. The group flights is that the group will fly out on a certain day before 1 day before the package starts, and it will arrive on time for the package start date, and it will also depart on the right time. And if there's any discrepancies in the arrivals and the departures, Al-Bayt will be taking care of that, inshallah, because they've actually designed and they've actually purchased those group flights for the HAJJ. So, and what the group flights, once you put them and you configure the package with a group flight, it's much easier on sales day. On sales day, all you do is go to your cart, go to checkout, and you immediately go through the follow the tabs and next, and you're done. In a custom flight, you're gonna have to go back to the search engine. You're gonna have to input your details again, the dates, the departure gateways, and then you're gonna have to redo the search, and you will get the price on the day for that particular route that you're looking for, and then you can purchase it. It takes a while. So many people are trying to do the same thing. Much faster. And that's Albeit Guest has the service providers have actually provided these group flights of convenience for judge. The other on the can also be quite expensive on the day. Jazakallah khair. Hope that answers that question. Jafar Bhai, was there another part? There was multiple parts to that question. I was answering the questions online, but maybe Samir can do the next part on that.
Sorry, Ali, you want to just remind us of the other couple of questions real quickly, please, so that we can just move on.
Right. The other question is that, yeah, the money we are putting there, let's say it's 15,000 or 17,000 or 70,000 real. What is that money going to cover? And then the other thing is, are we, for us to know exactly how much money we need to put there, is the system going to tell us? Because the US dollar fluctuates, right? Are we
So,
going to know exactly the exchange rate between the US dollar and the Saudi riyal?
so good question, Brother Ali. So let me answer this. So, first, you want to configure your packages, right? So once you configure your packages and when the flights are loaded at the final stage, you will know the total amount of the cost of the package, inclusive of the flights. So the group flights, specifically. The custom flights, you will never know the full final amount because you have to configure it right before checkout. So if you're using a custom flight, which is slower, we don't recommend. You will have to have extra funds, a lot more extra, just to be on the safe side. But in the group flights, you will be provided a total, and you would want to top up to the minimum of that and add a little bit of more, like 1,000 Saudi riyal. So that's how you would know. Now, you won't be able to load up in US dollars. When you're topping up your e-wallet, it's always Saudi riyals. And you will see the totals US dollar on your credit card statement or your bank statement when you do it. The amount could be a little bit higher if there's a foreign transaction fee than what you're calculating based on the US pegged rate. And to answer your first question, well, what is included in the package? Well, each package you would have to see individually inside. If you scroll to the bottom, it says what is inclusive of it, and you would be able to identify. But over the top, the hotel accommodations, and if you select the group flights, then the group flight costs are included. The traveling from the airport to your hotels and hotel to the airport and to the different massage sites is also included. Meals could be different based on packages, but I believe most packages are half board. But you would want to double check that in each package as you go along. And if you're going from shifting to non-shifting, then all the accommodations, either it's 2 locations or 3 locations. So I hope I've covered everything in the Mufti Sab if you want to add anything on top of that.
It's good.
No, Jazakallah khair. I think the only other thing was the Qurbani, the sheep that you mentioned.
Right, yeah. The Qurbani is not included in the packages, right? So that is an additional cost, and the guides will be able to discuss the options with you based on the packages and etc.
Brilliant, Jazakallah khair. If I could have Duha unmute yourself, please. Duha.
Thank you. I want to ask about the 72 hours refund for the amount. Basically, my Visa card doesn't have a transaction fee. It's going to be just the exchange rate. So within those 72 hours, will I be charged for VAT? And also, like as you mentioned, I was planning to put extra money. I'm gonna put the exact money for the preferred package I have on my card, but I'm gonna put extra for the other preferred package in case if I need to go to option B or C. But I'm planning to put the extra money before the 72 hours in order to get the money back, the full money back, if VAT is not included. But you just recommended not to do this quickly. May I please, can you please clarify this? Thank you so much.
Sure. Jazakallah khair. Omar, are you with us? Sayyid Omar? Sayyid Omar or any one of the other panelists, Sheikh Hasib, Yasser, Mufti Wasim, Dr. Shakil. No?
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry, I was
Sure.
busy answering
Yeah.
question.
So my question is, within 72 hours of the top up, will I be getting the money without VAT? Like I'm gonna because I don't have my credit card doesn't have a transaction fee or exchange fee. There's no fee. So if I get a request refund within 72 hours, will I be charged for VAT?
I can't give you an answer with any kind of certainty, but based on being in business and having credit card transactions, the Nusuk is also considered a merchant. And when you use a credit card, the merchant gets charged a certain amount. And if that charge has been levied against Nusuk, they probably will collect it before they send you the refund. So that period of 72 hours may be the breathing period. If they've not been levied the charges, there is a good chance you'll get the full refund. That's my understanding of it.
Okay,
So let me
but there's
just
no
add
guarantee
to it.
that. Mhm.
Let me just add to it. So when you're topping up your e-wallet, you might be doing multiple transactions.
Yep.
And your goal is to be able to have enough funds so that you can purchase a package. It's not really 72 hours, it's 7 days. If you withdraw the money within the 7 days, then there is no VAT charges. But that is not practical. Like Brother Sayyid Umar earlier mentioned, that the strategy that I'm going to put money in and I'm going to refund 7 days before, what do you call it, within the 7 days. And then when the next phase comes, I'm going to put the seven money again. That strategy
No, no,
doesn't work.
no, no, no. This is no, no. This is not what I'm planning to do. What I'm planning to do. Let's say on my card, I have a package cost 30,000 Saudi riyal. I'm gonna put the
Yep,
30,000 at any time from now until
yes,
February 4. But
yep,
let's say February 2nd or February 1st, I will put an extra 10,000. But I will
sure.
try to make it within those 7 days or 72 hours. So if I, inshallah, if I get my
Yeah,
preferred,
yeah,
then I
yep.
will
So the way it
withdraw the
works, yeah,
remaining.
the last transaction that you do, that gets refunded the first one. So if the last transaction is 10,000 extra, just so that you have it as a safe, and within the 7 days you apply for the refund, then there shouldn't be any 2% VAT tax on it. Yep. But the other amount that you have put beforehand, I mean, if you were to apply for a refund, then there will be a VAT tax. Does that answer the question? Can you hear me?
Sorry, what
Yeah, I
about
think that
what you mentioned about not recommending requesting refund quickly?
Oh,
If I
yeah,
if
yeah.
I get
So
the package, if I get approved
if
and
you get the
everything,
package, alhamdulillah, that's fine. But there was
okay,
people
inshallah.
last year who were trying to like time it right in a way that they were saying, okay, we're gonna put the money for 2 weeks in a block and then we will take it out. That doesn't work because you never get the money back within the. It takes about 4 to 6 weeks to get the money back. So like,
Okay, thank you.
just be mindful of that. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Jazakallah khair.
yeah, and Sister Doha, we actually just posted something recently on this point on the Telegram broadcast. So if inshallah, if you have a moment, you can just read through that, inshallah.
Thanks a lot.
I'm assuming you're subscribed to our Telegram group.
Yes, I am. Thank you so much.
Brilliant. Okay, Jazakallah khair. Momin Rahman, and I'd like to think our brothers are also busy. All the panelists are busy on the written questions as well. So that's something that's good. Momin Rahman, the floor is yours.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, yes.
Okay. My question is that I'll be paying by credit card. Obviously, there's a limit that I have, so I'll probably have to do 4 or 5 transactions. How much time do we have between now and the sale? Do you think that is adequate enough, or should I try and make some other arrangements?
Okay, yeah, that's a valid question. Either Imran or any one of the panelists can deal with this, inshallah. Sheikh Hasib.
So, Assalamu alaikum. First of all, Jazakumullah khair. First thing you should do is try to call your credit card actually and see if you can get a credit increase. A lot of people don't know that they actually can increase their credit very simply by just requesting to see whatever the max is. They'll ask you a simple question and they'll be able to do that sometimes. If that can't be done, then yes, you have to try to do either multiple transactions, and then sometimes you also have a credit limit for that pay period as well. So you might have to do multiple credit cards, which is the easiest kind of situation. Or if you don't have that, we suggest you apply for something. You can get a pretty quick approval to a credit card, only because it's just simply easier to work with credit cards than, as you can see, the very diverse um, uh, process when it comes to direct bank transfers and ACH and other kind of transfers as well. So this is the ideal. Now, if you don't have that ideal, you can't do that ideal. then you will have to resort to transfers, inshallah. Does that answer your question? And you have until the first week of February when it is projected to go live the 15th of Sha'ban, which is the 3rd or 4th of February. So until then, you have time, inshallah.
Okay, Jazakallah khair. Ali Zaidi's iPhone. Ali Zaidi's iPhone. The floor is yours.
Hello. You can hear me, right?
We can hear you, yes.
I have a question about the top of my e-wallet. You guys say that don't do it in on one try, make it multiple transactions. So what amount should we do it one time to be safe? And we are 2 people, so maybe we have to upload up to 100,000 Riyal. So each time, how much you recommend to upload?
Okay. Yeah, sure. One of the panelists who hasn't spoken, perhaps. Mufti Wasim, are you with us?
Yes, I'm just answering the live questions.
Oh, you're answering? Okay, no problem. You can just, yeah, that's fine.
So I can answer this. So, I mean, for example, if you need to have 100,000 SAR in the e-wallet for 2 packages, right? You can top it up to whatever, you know, the amount your credit card amount allows. So you could do 25,000 or 50,000, however many you're able to. You could start off with small if you'd like, but usually small amounts, such as a few $100s or something. If it goes through and then the next amount you do is a large amount, sometimes the banks will flag that as fraud, as someone trying to see if it works and then doing a large transaction. Regardless, you might have to get in touch with their bank. But once you clear Nusuk, the transaction with your bank, you should be able to charge up to $100,000 in one go.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Jazakallah khair for that. Sajida, the floor is yours.
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Walaikum salam. Yes, we can.
This is Siddiq. I had a quick question about flight. As you were mentioning that you are working on a flight this week, is it possible to request like flights from ORD for a specific package to avoid like customization, like specifically for like B2800 package you have? And if we can, how do we do that?
Yeah, so you cannot make a special request necessarily, but we will have flights from ORD, inshallah. So which package did you mention again? I'll just jot it down for my reference.
B2800. So B2800.
Okay. Yeah, I'll perhaps look into what flights are available for this particular package. But on the face of it, you cannot necessarily request you know, a gateway for the group flights necessarily. But I will look into that in any event, inshallah. So if you could maybe touch base with any one of our representatives. I've left our website. I'm just sharing our website. So if you just go on to our representatives and scroll down to either, are you calling from the US or Canada? Or are you joining us from the US?
Chicago.
Of course, naturally, or ORD, of course, I'm sorry. Yeah, so you can perhaps, inshallah, in fact, you can contact Brother Sayyid Omar, who did the presentation. He is essentially in Chicago, so inshallah, you can contact him.
There
will be multiple packages with Chicago Gateway, inshallah.
Brilliant. Okay, so if we could just Arman.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers.
Walaikum salam.
Firstly, I just want to thank everyone in all the different groups and the Al-Bayt team for having these weekly webinars. They're very informative, trying to navigate the sea of information. So jazakallah for all the sessions and the chat and the telegram. So thank you for that. In regards to my question, I'm just trying to make sense of some of the numbers that I'm seeing when I go to configure a package. So for example, on my profile, I have 2 people in total. And one of the preferred packages that I have saved is the A5500. So when I go to configure the package, I see that it's showing the base price as 17,308.02. And then when I go to add, click the button for choose camp. So I see here it says Al Muasim camp. It shows the price of the camp as 12,084.74. But then when it gets added to the total, the number doesn't necessarily add up to that exactly. It's showing me the subtotal as 27,910, which is a $10,000 ad, not a $12,000 ad. So maybe perhaps I'm not quite understanding the numbers that I'm seeing here.
Okay, fair enough. Mufti Jawi, did you get that question?
I was busy, but
Okay, no
How
problem.
many people is it for when you're adding like the module Kapsh camp?
So on my profile, it's a total of 2 people.
Okay. So the price usually is around $4,000 to $4,300 per person. So that would add and
Sorry,
then
Al
there'll be a little.
Muasim, not Majral Qabsh.
Al-Muasim is a standard package, the standard tents that are already included in the price. So you might be just seeing the way the breakdown of the price differently on the last page where the VAT is not included. But if you look at the first page, like the brother is sharing, that price you see already has the price for the Al-Muasim camps in it.
Oh, okay, I see. So perhaps I'm not, maybe the numbers that I'm seeing here when I go to configure a package, the number here is including VAT, whereas it's broken down separately at the bottom
It's
section.
broken down line by line items, how much is subtotal, how much is VAT.
Okay.
Yep, that's why it's a little different. But when it comes to the total, it comes down to the number that you see on the first screen, which is inclusive of the Al-Muasim camp.
Okay, I see. Okay. Yeah, I think that's where I was getting a little bit confused because the numbers, when I'm trying to add it up on paper, it comes out differently when I'm looking at the bottom section of the screen. Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, Jazakallah. Thank you for
You're
that.
welcome.
Zoom user, the floor is yours. Zoom user. Zoom user.
Hello. Yes. Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Walaikum salam.
My question is one. I selected your fifth. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, which is USA, and I selected 15 days non-shifting. B3700. And I am wondering what would be the closest airport will be for the group, or is there any flight we'll have from Atlanta?
Can I answer that?
Yeah, go for it.
Yes, okay, assalamu alaikum, sister. So inshallah for B3700, the 2 airports that we are inshallah locking down is Chicago and Dallas. And so inshallah what we're gonna recommend you, as we've been recommending the pilgrims who've been inquiring about that package and any other package, as a matter of fact, if the package suits your schedule and what you're looking for, we all must be prepared to fly to a different airport in order to take the group flights. So it's that's kind of something we just wanted to put out there, inshallah.
So you think it will be Dallas? You are not going to have anything Dallas, Texas, Dallas.
And
you're talking.
yeah, Dallas, Texas, and Chicago, inshallah.
There is no from Washington D.C. Am I right?
Not at this time, nothing from Washington and nothing from Atlanta. However, if you stay tuned, inshallah, we will be posting the flight details very soon. And inshallah, the flight details will be attached to each package, and that will provide clarity to your question, inshallah.
Jazakallah khair, Imam Sam, for that. So I have HAJJ, if I'm pronouncing that right. The floor is yours.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.
Jazakallah for all the information. I'll keep it quick. So my question, it's two parts. So, I'm a little bit confused about, the shifting process. When we move from Makkah to Mina, the moving the luggage to Azaziyah, is that something we accompany our luggage with us first and then go to Mina, or like a group just takes our luggage to the Azziya and then we just head over to Mina directly?
Okay, brilliant. If I could have one of the panelists, inshallah, come in on that.
Assalamualaikum. So for Azazia, if you're in a shifting package, what will happen is you will, as a group by coach bus, you will go to Azazia, and your baggage will be taken perhaps a few hours earlier, perhaps well in the early morning. There will be some trucks that will pick up all of the baggage and take it to Azazia as well. And then you'll meet your baggage there in Azazia, and you will stay there either for one night or 2 nights before moving to Mina. Inshallah, I hope that answers your question.
Oh, okay. Yep, I think that does. Jazakallah, thank you so much.
Jazakallah khair for that. If I could just go to, we've got another Zoom user. I'm assuming somebody else will just allow you to talk, Zoom user.
Hello, assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa barakatuh.
My question is actually only one question. So it's about as example, I select the luxury, also the middle one. I forget the names. So if I hear you talking about the flight, I need to select flight and select category, another category, or just save that one and the day of payment just go to payment.
Sure. So basically, right now you can do a custom flight and select a flight, but what we tell people, ideally, they don't want to do the custom flight. I mean, right now, if you go to the last page and you can search through the Musafir portal, you can save that flight. But ideally, you want to do is a group flight. The group flight basically means that the provider, which is Al-Bayt Guest, has already blocked those seats on an airline. And when you click that group flight, which is not available right now, you have to wait for a week. But inshallah, on the day of the sale, if you click on the group flight, then the checkout process will be a lot quicker, which means your chances of getting and acquiring a package is a lot higher than if you were to select the custom flight. So even though you might see it right now or you might save it, but on the day of the sale, when you're trying to book that flight, there'll be 20 other people who are trying to book the same exact airline ticket. And that will slow down the process. And that would mean that the chances of acquiring a package gets very, very difficult. So like, yeah, you can take a look at the price, the flights available on the custom portal, but and you can also add it. But highly advisable is within the week when we have all the flights, you take a look at the available group flights and you switch it to one of those. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I would like to think so. Jazakallah khair for that, Yasser. So if you could have Khadija, Sister Khadija.
Assalamu alaikum. It's Sister Khadija's husband. I have her with me. Thank you very much. My question is, I know you recommend group flights, but due to circumstances, we have a baby that we have to drop at the grandma's, and it's outside of United States. So we're planning to do the custom flights. Do you know how many custom flight does the package A2800? I think it's premium shifting. I understand some of them have limited custom flights.
Yeah, sure. Jazakallah khair for that question.
Thank you.
Again, could I get one of the panelists to deal with that?
There is no limitation to custom flights in terms of number other than the availability of the dates or the flights. But as far as like a limitation itself on the custom flight, there is none. Meaning there's a limitation on group flights. For example, you have different gateways. You might have a certain number from JFK, a certain number from ORD, for example. Once those flights sell out, then you no longer have that particular gateway available. But if you want to book custom flight, there is no limitation other than the flight availability itself.
Thank you, Jazakallah. I was talking to someone on somewhere. He said they have a specific package. That package has only 48 custom flight, meaning they already have what they call it a group number of pilgrims that.
Yes, the seats or the number allotted for that particular package, of course, is limited. It has a quota. For example, let's say you said a 2800 or whichever number. That of course has a limit. It might be 48, it might be 141, it might be whatever it is. So once that quota is reached, that package is no longer available, but it's not tied to custom flights. It's just tied to the number of seats available.
Of quota. Thank you very much.
No problem.
I'd like to add one thing. Is after the 4th of Zil-Hijjah, you are only going to be able to select a Saudi Airlines flight. So when you're in the custom flights package, or when you're searching for the flight, it may show Qatar Airways or it may show all these other airlines. But after the 4th of Zil-Hijjah, you are not able to enter other than Saudi Airlines. That is some restrictions from the Nusuk platform. So please be aware of that. So if the city that you are flying into may not be possible if you're flying very close to the departure. And I should have Mufti Javed
excuse
come
me,
up with it, and if you want to add anything.
I didn't get that. Please, if you can repeat it, please. After which date?
The 4th of Zul-Hijjah, one of the requirements from the Nusuk platform is all the airlines entering with the Nusuk Hajj pilgrims have to arrive on a Saudi Airlines flight. So if your package that you are searching is starting, or you are searching for a flight that is after the 4th of Zul-Hijjah, the Nusuk will not allow you to select a custom flight that is non-Saudi Airlines. Okay, so when you're searching, you may see other airlines, but you'll get an error message saying this flight does not meet the requirements, and you may not be able to select. So what I would recommend you to do, brother, is go on the custom flights page from the Nusuk portal, do your searches now to understand how this works, because it is not as simple as a click and go. There are requirements of when you arrive, when you leave. There's a variety of ones that are there. So make yourself familiar. I don't want it to happen that on the day of purchase, you're not able to secure because you're not familiar with all these requirements. Because it is time sensitive.
Brilliant. Jazakallah khair for that answer, Samir and Sheikh Hasim. So essentially, in a nutshell, the custom flights are live flights, essentially from a GDS. So just bear that in mind. And as Samir mentioned, it's something that you might want to just practice now in terms of your route and securing that. And then on the day, hopefully, inshallah, you should be able to secure that particular flight. iPhone, the floor is yours.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi, brothers and sisters. My question was, when I was tapping my e-wallet, it doesn't break it down for the US dollars. So I just type in 100, but later on I check on my credit card, it only says it's $26. So my question is, when we're entering the amounts on the e-wallet, should we go enter the real money instead of thinking that what we're typing it's a US dollar, if that makes sense?
Yeah, so just as per the demonstration that the live demo for e-wallet top-ups that Mufti Javed showed us earlier on, the currency that you'll be topping up would be in Saudi riyals.
Okay.
Saudi riyals, and not in dollars or any other currency for that matter. That's on Nusuk.
Like for instance, if I wanted to, let's say for instance, if I want to top up $15,000, I'm just giving examples. Should I just kind of research and see how much that will be in real, then type it in as real instead of thinking that I'm dollar.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Yes, but then again, you need to take into account what the previous presenters or panelists mentioned in terms of in the event that obviously the package that you're looking to secure, you need to might perhaps top up slightly more so that in the event that you do not get that particular preferred package, you can opt for Plan B or Plan C or for that matter.
Okay. And one more question. I'm so sorry. When I at first before before the e-wallet get live, when I did my preference, I did the luxurious, but now I wanted to do the premium, but it's not allowing me to do the switch.
Okay, well, I'll get one of the panelists to, inshallah, answer that. Any of the panelists, because I know you're also typing away. That's why I'm not calling out names necessarily, because you're typing away as in you're answering questions, the written questions. So if anyone who's got that question could answer that. The sister wants to change categories and it's not allowing her.
Yeah, so sister, you should, if you're, I wouldn't worry too much about it. You should still be able to review any packages on the Nusuk website. You should be able to change the categories by going to the categories section. But if you're not, I wouldn't stress too much about it. You can still do everything and change categories when it comes to purchasing and configuring your package.
Okay. We've got another iPhone. Oh no. We've got Sayed Ali. Sayed Ali. Sayed Ali, the floor is yours.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Salam, yes, we can.
Okay, let me translate it. Okay, so my question is that the question is that like the package 2500 that we're going to choose the custom flight, but when I logged in, it does not allow me to proceed, and then it's showing the round trip Kuala OGG to Jeddah. So I'm from Virginia. So do I have to change it to IAD or just leave it like that? And it does not allow me to proceed anywhere until if I don't select any flight or show flights.
So yeah, brother Sayed, when you sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Samir. Go ahead.
Yeah, so when you launch the custom flights portal, it by default selects another city as a departing city. You need to type in the city that you actually want to depart. So if it's like Toronto, you would type in YYZ and then select Toronto and then start your searches. The date package starts in Mecca or in Medina and ends. So those dates are pre-configured. But you could change the start date to 1 day before, as long as the flight lands on the day, then you're fine. So you can play around with the date a little bit, but it's pre-configured for the dates. The city, you have to change it for the departure.
Okay, brilliant. We'll just try and whiz through the questions now. So
Jafar,
please.
regarding the sorry, Jafar, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Fuad, go ahead.
No, for the custom flight, we highly recommend group flights. And so many people ask me for custom flight for they're traveling from the same gateway, which we have group flights. And custom flights is very difficult if it's a transfer two flights, more than two flights. It takes more time. For custom flights, you should choose shorter sectors like Dubai Jeddah, Doha Jeddah. Then it works fine. But if they are going from our same gateway, we highly recommend to take a group flights because it saves time. Avoid booking connecting flights as they take more time than direct flights.
Okay, yeah, brilliant. Jazakallah khair for that advice. So perhaps, I mean, given that at this stage, one cannot, as we mentioned earlier on, one cannot proceed to purchasing a package. So the advice perhaps would be to lock in the albeit guest package that you're interested in. And as we said earlier on, within a week, we should have the actual group flights that is recommended to take group flights as opposed to custom flights. And then, inshallah, if the option is there in the group flight in terms of your particular gateway, then it's a straightforward process. And if not, then at least at that stage, you can make an informed decision in terms of the custom flight that you want to purchase, inshallah. Okay, we have another iPhone. iPhone, the floor is yours. iPhone.
Can I talk? This is no somebody else
Yes.
calling. This
Go ahead.
This okay. Mine is kind of easy. First of all, I work in a university, so the server does not allow Nusuk. So if a booking starts, I have to come home. So what time usually you have booking start of this thing? Do you have any idea what happened last year?
Okay, who's got recollection of this? Yasser, you're smiling. Yes, you've got the date locked in, the time and the
I have the
seconds.
time logged in, but like you will have to swipe your credit card for me to tell you. It was multiple phases. So there was like at 2 p.m. we had a launch. I think it was phase 1. I'm talking about Eastern time. And then the second phase, it was like 5 in the morning. So mashallah, we get to pray tahajjud. So we don't know exactly what the time is going to be, but inshallah, there will be some announcements, hopefully on the day of or the day before, to give you an idea.
Okay.
But like
I
no one
will keep
really
an
knows
eye.
what the time is.
Yeah, one of my children is a student. I said, may I ask her to be backup?
Yes, so basically
Yeah.
what you need to do is you need to join our Telegram group if you haven't
Yeah.
already.
I am.
Okay, so as long as you are on the broadcast channel, you should be getting the updates and whatever information current we are getting, we will let you know on there.
So I am attending here. I'm a well educated now. So I
Mashallah.
picked the package B3400 and shifting. I don't want to get stuck to the hotel. But I picked for me, my wife, but it's showing just price of only one person, not both.
Are there multiple people on the
Yes.
okay,
Me and my
and
wife.
then okay, when
Mm.
you're going the configuration
Yeah.
part of the beds, are you
Yeah.
selecting +1 and making it 2?
Yeah, I have two. Like the basic price is 32,000 and it's
Okay.
coming 71,000. I'm just in the computer right now. It is
All
coming
right.
71,000.
So let's do this. I will drop my contact, inshallah. You can contact me or someone else, any other representative privately, so we can do a screen share and then take a look and then see what's going on.
Everyone I put two, like and the room I put, but it shows the package originally is like a 32,000. And so it should be right away when I pick, it should be 60 and then add. But it is not adding the first one. It's adding that I am the only one who is booking, but my wife as a family, so we are the family. And it allows me to put two rooms here, a bed in the shared double room. So I put two, and that is in Makawan, and also I'm on the website, and so in Medina, it allowed two. I checked for three, it won't allow because I'm only two. But the original
Sure. So let's do this. I'm going to give you my contact information, and right after the meeting, we can do a Zoom screen share, and I can take a look, inshallah.
Or let it give me a phone number, please.
I'll drop it on the chat so everyone can see it.
Chat. Okay. I hope I can pull it. Okay. Thank you. Jazakallah.
So
it's 3
I want to add yeah. I want to add something to Brother Yasser is you could disconnect your cell phone from your university Wi-Fi and log in from your cell phone and check out from there too. So I always recommend people to log in from different networks. So if your university is blocking your laptop, well, your iPhone connect off Wi-Fi and use your wireless network. Hopefully, you have a good wireless network connectivity.
Yeah, it is the
That's
AT&T.
multiple
So
backups.
you see, I can use my my iPhone and then be in the game. Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Yep,
I
you
think
can.
it
The
works.
Nusuk website works on the mobile version as well too.
Okay, all right.
Brother Jafar pulled the information for my contact from the Nusuk website. Bottom number, phone number is my cell phone, so you can just call that number.
Moment, let me check the screenshot here.
So, Assalamu
Yeah.
alaikum. So you can actually go onto the Al Bayt Al Nusuk website, and on you have a list of all the essentially representatives in
Mm,
the USA and Canada and across the globe, but obviously in your
mm,
case, the US. And as
mm.
Yasser mentioned, his details are right here.
Yeah.
But what Yasser mentioned earlier on was a joke, just to clarify, in terms of your credit card. Payments are all done on Nusuk. We don't take
Yeah.
any payments outside Nusuk. So just
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
just
Yeah. No.
just be wary of that, just in case just in case
No.
yeah, just in case anyone's monitoring this, we wouldn't want to give anybody the wrong impression, inshallah.
So there one more thing, the flight, how much it will cost, because I have a package, so I have a number, and then I can go like a 2,000 per person, 4,000. I can multiply, and then I can have some extra amount that I don't want to any glitch on that day. I don't care about the fees, how much they charge.
Yeah. So my advice would be perhaps just wait for inshallah, wait for hopefully a week, within a week, inshallah. Once we have the actual flights uploaded, that will give you the exact price as opposed to you guessing a price at this stage, inshallah.
It's good that I attended. I got another credit card and I have the credit of $25,000. I have
Oh,
another one,
brilliant.
it's like a 60 or 50 or something. So I have enough
Brilliant.
credit card. I see the people are struggling. So because of this website, one day I apply online and I call them and they send me, I say, here you go, 25,000. I said, that's very good. So
Brilliant.
I'm
Jazakallah khair.
benefiting here.
Alhamdulillah. We'll move on to the next question, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. Appreciate that. So we have MM. MM, the floor is yours. MM. No. Okay. Ahmed. Salam. Ahmed.
Alaikum.
Salam.
So my first question is if I have a package picked on a return date on for example June 4th, and I want to return, for example, on June 1st. Is there a way that I can pick like a different flight, or is it like the end date of the program, or this package is the departure from Saudi Arabia? You got my question?
Okay. Yeah, we got your question. Jazakallah khair. Yasi, you're nodding. You got that
Sure,
question?
sure, of course. I mean, if you want to be back on the June 1st, there's plenty of packages that return on June 1st. Ideally, you would want to take a package that fits your needs instead of taking a package that is ending in June 8th and then you're getting your own flight separately. I mean, technically, it's possible if you buy your own one-way return flight. No one's going to stop you. You can just take your luggage and go to the airport and be able to return earlier. But ideally, if you cannot stay beyond June 1st, take a look at a package that comes back on June 1st. There's plenty of those. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, Jazakallah khair. Firdaus al-Alam. Firdaus al-Alam. If you could unmute yourself, please. Firdaus, go ahead. You're unmuted. No. Okay, we'll move on. Amal, the floor is yours.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. I'm still in the verification process. When everybody, mashallah, talking about wallets and putting the money and all that stuff, I started from the beginning, with the application. I was rejected like maybe 5 times. All the time is the picture problem. I changed the picture. I went to get the from Walgreen professional picture and download it, and it's always a rejection. And at this point, I don't know what to do. So I just don't know how to take this picture anymore or how to do it anymore. It's even if face is good, there is a shade in the shoulder, or if this, oh, the scarf is covering parts of the eyebrows, or it's, oh, the face, it's a little bit yellow, or, and my family is telling me, you know what, it's not meant for you. That's it. You know, I don't want to give up. This is just the beginning, and I'm trying my best, but I don't know how to do it anymore. I don't know if you, from your side, there is any way that I can get help to get that done.
Sister, sister, if you're comfortable, my contact is on the screen. Reach out to me personally. I've been getting emails all day, 20 people sending their pictures. I edit them, I make them look good, make them, what do you call, according to the Nusuk guidelines. So if you're comfortable, you can reach out to me. I'll take a look. I'll see what we can do from our end.
I don't mind, but how do I take a picture now? That's the starting. I mean, with my phone, I tried with the
So what I recommend people is just take a picture with any background and good lighting from their phone, and then email me that picture with the same quality. No editing, and I'll take care of the rest. So reach out to me directly. We can take care of it. You can send me a text message.
You're the one who just put the number on the screen, right?
No, it's already on the screen, Brother Jafar. If you scroll down, you'll see the number. Or you can just go to the website, albaytonusuk.com, click on the representative, and my name is Yasser Siddiqui, all the way at the bottom. And then you'll see my phone number.
There you have it. I've actually shared. I mean, Yasser actually did a presentation a couple of weeks ago on the right photo to upload.
I get it. It is the same one that you got earlier, and I took a screenshot, but I didn't know if it was the same person speaking right now. Okay, I got it. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's the one with landline. Well, the landline. You're in which? You're
the WhatsApp. The WhatsApp line. You can call that number.
Okay.
But what you don't want to do, Sister Amal, is to give up. Inshallah, you're obviously trying to. The quest here is to try to journey to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, and obviously, as a Muslim, we don't ever give up in that.
That's why I've been trying, and they've been telling me. I said, no, this is the beginning, and this is, maybe a test. So I should just keep going till I get it. If I don't get it at the end, well, that's what is meant to be. Maybe it's not my time yet, but I'm not gonna stop in the beginning. I just gonna have to keep going. But I needed some help. That's why I'm, addressing the issue to you, brothers.
Sure. All right, Jazakallah khair. I appreciate that. Okay, we're going to try and wrap up, inshallah, in 20 minutes at the 2-hour mark. So we still have about 16 hands up. We're going to try and, inshallah, go through them. We have Mardia. Mardia, if you could unmute, please. Okay, we'll move on. Masbauddin, the floor is yours.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum. I actually joined which are very late. I joined during the Q&A session. I was wondering if you guys are gonna have a recording of this on the Telegram.
Yes, we will, inshallah, have a recording posted on Telegram, like we've posted all the other previous webinars. So inshallah, look out for that. Hopefully tomorrow we should have the recording posted, inshallah.
Inshallah. Do you know is there approximate dates for phase 1 or phase 2 of the booking process?
No, so the approximate date for phase 1 is the 15th of Shaban, inshallah, which is around about the 3rd of Feb, give or take. We don't know if there will be a phase 2. So our advice here would be not to bank on a phase 2 or any subsequent phases, to try and lock in, inshallah, your package in the first phase, which is 15th of Shaban, inshallah. But again, we will give you a heads up, hopefully, as soon as we find out, in terms of the timing. Somebody mentioned a specific time, inshallah, on Telegram. We'll give you that information closer to the time, inshallah.
And inshallah, if I heard correctly, sometime within the next week or so, the group flights should be available. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes, inshallah.
Okay. And then for the top up, has anyone ever tried? I guess if you don't have a high credit line, are you able to top off and then pay off your credit card and then top up again? Is that
Yes, you can do that.
okay? Great, thank you.
Okay, brilliant.
And then
sorry, I just had to mute you there so that we can move on to I'll come back to you inshallah if you just stay tuned if we have time. So if I could just have Yusra.
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Salam, yes, we can.
Perfect. Thank you so much for this informative session. I just had a question. 15 Shaban, when the packages go online, I'll actually be in Iraq. Like, is there a problem if you are in a different country and the packages go on sale with the IP problem, or it doesn't matter?
Okay, brilliant. Imran or Arif, anybody from the panelists? We're gonna park Yasser to the side for a moment.
We gotta get Moaz for this, our
I
cybersecurity
don't
expert.
I
Oh
don't
yes,
think
of
it
course,
matters.
of course.
I don't think it matters where you are. You can, as long as you can still book it and still select a package and purchase. Because we had people in previous years who were using routers and routing their IP addresses to different countries to log in. So as long as you're selecting a package and it's whatever country your passport is with, I think that works.
Yeah, so like you shouldn't have any issue, but you should. I don't know when you would arrive to Iraq, but as soon as you arrive, just do a test through whatever network you anticipate on being on, to see if you're able to log in to Nusuk and you're able to configure a package. Of course, this is before it goes live for purchasing, but there really shouldn't be a need for a VPN. But if there is, then you can also be prepared to set up a VPN well before purchasing goes live.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Jazakallah khair for that. So inshallah we'll move on to Muhammad Hussein. Muhammad Hussein. Muhammad Hussein.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
My question is, I choose the package non-shifting premium, and the package code is B2500. I was just wondering, and I'm from a state of Connecticut, which is we are close to New York. Are we going to have available group flight for this package code B2500? Thank you.
Brilliant. So from the panelists who are actually Jala will be guiding the B2500. Anyone?
Yeah, B2500 is with us. What's the question in regards to that?
JFK
The question is, are you likely to have a group flight? And the brother is from Connecticut.
JFK.
Yeah, we have a group flight from JFK, Washington. We have small inventory from ORD and a small inventory from NAX.
Thank you.
Okay, Jazakallah khair for that. Mariam, the floor is yours.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa barakatuh.
I have transaction fee questions. You mentioned that with credit card is a 2.3%. What is the fee for wire transfer? Thank you.
The United States,
Jazakallah
$45.
From United States, yes.
$45 to $55 from the United States.
$45 to $55.
And then when you withdraw the money, it will be this. You'll still have a withdrawal fee because there'll be a difference. Remember there'll be a difference between the real and the transaction. So there will still be some. You'll still lose some money there.
Malan, can you inform us? Can you inform her not? We highly recommend to use the credit card because last 2-3 years we had many bad experiences.
Shoaib Bagya is saying that we highly recommend that you use the credit card.
Okay. Alrighty. Thank you so much.
Okay. Mohammed Diallo. Mohammed Diallo. Mohammed Diallo.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum. I'm Khadija. My question is, I was wondering the price that we're seeing right now on Nusuk, because we chose, my husband and I, we chose the standard non shifting. Is it when the flight gonna be added? Is it the same price we see, or is it an additional price?
It will be an additional price. So the price is.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead,
No,
Said.
sorry about that. Same thing.
Go ahead, Said.
Yeah, no, it's going to be an additional price. So inshallah, you're going to, when you're actually checking out and you're doing the checkout process, like any shopping cart, you're going to see the flight be added. So that what you're currently seeing is the land package price, right? So you expect approximately 2,000 US dollars to be added to your final cost. It can be less or it can be just a little more, but that should be a realistic expectations. So expect 2,000 on top of what you're currently seeing.
$2,000?
The flight is approximately $2,000
Okay,
person.
no problem.
But again, it can
Person.
be less or it can be more depending on the specific flight.
Do you
Within a week, inshallah, you'll know that.
Okay, no problem. Do you know any what are the packages that are leaving from Montreal? Do you have any idea?
So you can actually filter in terms of country. You can filter if you go onto Al Bayt or Nusuk, you should be able to filter flights or packages rather. So if we have Canada there,
Okay.
you can actually filter. And in terms of flights from Montreal, any of the Canadian reps, you got idea with regards to flights from Montreal?
Yeah,
Shuaib Bagia.
From Kasbah, I think the package code is, I believe it's A2500.
A2500.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Thank you so much.
Jazakallah khair. Abdullah. So inshallah, we've got 10 minutes and we've got 10 hands up. Abdullah, go ahead. Abdullah, you want to unmute yourself? Salam.
I just want to before there was one seminar that's showing about, just give me a second. Sorry about that. Yeah, so right here everything is like a green mark, but the borrow service provider has to be like number 7 has to be not done it. So I did it before when the last seminar showing the video. That's a review and select your intuitive preferred package. So I did it. I put it in the cart, and someone told me that you don't have to do right now. So I emptied the cart, and I'm trying to do right now, but it's not happening now. So is it okay when I book the package, or I have to do that? Because I'm number 7. I'm still after number 7. Is nothing is green.
Okay. Sheikh Hasib, are you with us?
No, I don't think he's here.
Sister,
ahead,
I can take that.
Yeah, go
Go ahead. Yeah, Said, go ahead. Said, go ahead.
Yeah, so basically, sorry, can you reword basically what you're saying? My apologies.
No problem.
Brother Yasser wants to take it. You can go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so like I said, activate your wallet. After the activate my wallet, I already activated the wallet. After that, this is borrow service provider, right? From there, it has to be green mark. But so before that last seminar, it says like I have to review and select your tentativity preferred package, which is I did it actually, and somebody told me you don't have to do right now, so I emptied my card. I put it in my card and I empty it again. So is it okay? It's gonna be give me a problem when I'm booking the package, or is it okay?
No, thanks for clarifying that. So, in your situation, as long as you selected a preferred category, so
Oh, okay.
that's something that needs to be done in order for
Okay.
the e-wallet to work. So you need
Oh,
to select a preferred category. As
yeah.
long as you see something selected there, you're fine. Even if your the preferred package is empty, that doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Oh,
Even if you have a preferred package, at the end of the day, when it comes time to buy the package, you'll have the chance to pick any package you want. So you're good.
oh,
As long as you see a category still selected, you're fine.
okay. And one more thing that like I in the e-wallet for now we just put it like a small amount, but in how many days we have to put a full amount? Right now or
So if you're
after the booking the package?
No, we recommend you start now. We highly recommend you start the process now,
Okay.
and you shouldn't wait because
Oh,
obviously if you're in a family, it's going to be a large amount, and
okay.
you want to start that process now. If there's any difficulties, discrepancies, we can start helping you now, versus us
Oh,
trying this later on.
okay. So I will put it every day, every like small, like is this if it says like $30,000 Saudi riyal, I'll put it that right now. Is that right?
Exactly. Yeah, I would recommend you do that now. If you're adamant on going, inshallah, you should start
Yeah.
that process now. I honestly don't see any reason to wait. I don't see the benefit. Like to try and beat that 7 day mark, it makes no sense. It's not a realistic goal. I think you should just work on getting the money in the e-wallet and just being ready for the sales phase, inshallah. Because we really don't know exactly when it will be. Inshallah, they will inform us. Al-Bayt Guest will let us know in advance. But you don't want to be at that point still trying to put money. So
So,
inshallah,
so
please
crucially,
do it.
so crucially, Sayed, what we're saying is that the payment or rather the funds need to be readily available before packages go live. Because if you wait for when packages go live, chances are you miss the boat. Okay, brilliant. And you missed the boat. Why, Sayed? I was hoping you'll be able to finish my sentence up.
Uh, I mean, the packages sell quick, just 15, 30 minutes and that the sales phase is gone. I hope
Brilliant.
that's what you want.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I essentially, yes. Um, if you could unmute yourself, I've got GA. GA, you want to unmute yourself, please? GA?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Salam.
Do you know, please, how many premium or luxury group flights would be originated either from Houston or Dallas, Texas?
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. So if I could have perhaps
If I could even make it easier for you, regarding package number B as in boy 2500. Shukran.
yeah, B2500. Is that you again, Mufti Saab?
Yeah, B2500 doesn't have a flight from Houston or Dallas, but Mufti Wasim and Imam Azhar, you guys are from Texas. You guys can chime in. Okay, but if you
B1900
want,
should have a flight from Dallas. B1900 luxury, non-shifting.
Is there any premium packages as well, please?
Inshallah, we will have by next week all the flights in front of us. So join the meeting next week. We will have a much better idea because right now
Not
we're
only
still in the process.
Sorry, Yasser, to interrupt. So not only the flights, but we'll also the next webinar, as Yasser mentioned, inshallah, will be focusing on the actual packages. So inshallah, at that stage, we'll have a good indication in terms of the gateways and so forth, inshallah.
Shukran.
Okay. Okay, so I've got Tazin's iPhone. Tazin's iPhone.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Mohammed Zubair from Toronto. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, Mohammed. How are you?
Not too bad.
You're from sunny Toronto.
Sunny Toronto? No, I didn't get that. What do you mean by that?
No, it's obviously cold in Toronto at the minute. I was just teasing you.
It's
Go
sunny,
ahead.
but it's frigid cold out here.
Yes. Go
Okay,
ahead.
my question is, inshallah, everything materializes. We are planning for a group A5900, and which is, I think, non-shifting perhaps. So it's a too premature question. I know the same question has been posed by a lot of the people around or from the US as well. So my question is to the brass track, what airline is the, what do you call it, Albeit planning for A5900, and approximate what are the airfare for that, please? Thank you.
So
A59.
Okay.
Go ahead. Sorry, who was going to come in for that?
Yeah. So A5900, we are planning to have Etihad Airline for this package, inshallah, and approximate fare, according to previous year experience, it could be around 10,000 Saudi Riyal plus or minus, inshallah.
Okay.
So there's only one airline, Etihad. There's no other airlines for this particular group.
For this package, no. For this package, most likely it will be Etihad.
Okay. So different packages are with different airlines. Like A550 will have a different one.
Yes.
So this will go to, Etihad goes to Abu Dhabi, am I right, sir, brother?
You're right.
Okay. No worries. Tomorrow, I think we'll have more intensive sort of a seminar. I can ask Brother Shoaib and Buggy move with more questions today, and let's give chance to somebody else as well. Jazakallah khair. Thanks a lot.
Jazakallah khair. Okay. Hani, go ahead. We're going to try and wrap up in the next couple of minutes.
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't think you were going to get to me. So my first question is, if I purchase a package and I opt in for the group flight, I'm calling you from California. I opt in for the group flight, but then I configure that package, but then on the day where where the booking opens up, that package is sold out, and I have to reconfigure a new package. No, that wasn't my question. If I purchase a package, configure a package, and I opt in for the group flight, but I don't live close to the departing gateway, do I book that domestic flight as part of a select custom flight in Nusuk or outside of Nusuk?
It'd be outside Nusuk. So it's only the flight that's essentially, so if it's a group flight that you're purchasing on Nusuk, that's not necessarily from a gateway close to you rather, then inshallah the flight that you purchase to get to your gateway would be outside Nusuk.
Okay, and then also, I know you didn't recommend doing the custom flights, but if I happen to have to do that, when you do book a custom flight, how do you meet up with your group, and then how's all that like logistically coordinated?
Yeah, sure. One of the panelists, you want to come in with that?
Yeah, you just coordinate with your group guide, and he will guide you, inshallah, and you'll have his phone numbers, and you'll know exactly what to do, because we'll have webinars on this after sales, inshallah.
Okay, so I think we'll just take 2 more questions because we are at the 2-hour mark, and we'll then conclude, inshallah. So I've got Azizul Hakim. Azizul Hakim.
Assalamu alaikum.
Brother,
my question is, it's kind of a follow-up question. So when, like you mentioned that it's gonna be on 15th Shaban, the sale will go live. So will Nusuk or the Hajj ministry let us know beforehand? Like when they release the package, they didn't like inform it ahead of time, but will they let us know the exact date and time beforehand so that we can be prepared?
Yeah, sure. So yes, as soon as so I'm assuming that you've subscribed to Albeit Guest's Telegram channel.
Yes.
You are okay. So inshallah, yes, as soon as we find out the exact, I mean, the date as we have it now is the 15th of Shaban. So you can pretty much work on those bases. But if there's anything that changes, we'll then inform you, obviously, closer to the time, or as soon as we have that information. And in terms of the exact timing as well, hopefully we'll get that information to you if we get it in advance, inshallah.
Jazakallah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So Firdaus al-Alam, I'm not sure if you want to get through now. I didn't. Firdaus
Yes,
al-Alam.
Assalamu alaikum, brother. Can you hear me?
Salam. Yes, we can.
Yes, brother. I have a question which already been asked, but I need a little bit more clarification. I have to put in about 80,000 Saudi Riyal into the e-wallet for me and my wife. Now, earlier, in this webinar, it was suggested that you put in a small amount first, like 100 Saudi Riyal and so on. My question is there a time limit, like let's say a week or 4 days or 5 days to top up to the amount that I want, which is the Saudi 80,000 Riyal?
Yeah, sure. Omar, are you with us? Sayyid Omar? Or any one of the panelists, if you want to just quickly deal with that question.
I can take that. You can do that over a period of time, brother, within a week or within 2 weeks, since we're still 3 weeks away. So you don't have to do it at once. You can take a few days to do. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Thank you so much. And I have one more very quick question. How many days we have to stay in Mina, whether it's shifting or non-shifting? In the camp.
Yeah, so you
So
want to answer that?
basically, yes. So basically, there's 5 days of Hajj, which starts from the 8th of Zulhijjah. We have to spend the night in Mina. On the 9th, we go to Arafah. And then 10th, 11th, and 12th, you have to do the stoning at least 3 days. So total 5 days of Hajj. You will be spending the nights in Mina, Arafah, or Muzdalifah, one of those 3 places. Now, during those 5 days, you do have to come to Haram to perform Tawaf Ifada. But essentially, there will be 5 days of minimum time that you will be spending in Mina, Arafah, and Muzdalifah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, brother.
Jazakallah khair. We'll just move on to Shams. Shams, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Hello, assalamu alaikum. I
Salam.
just a quick question. I have been verified with my wife as well, but my daughter, it's taking forever, and I have issued quite a few tickets through email, and every time the answer comes back, either it's audit step or waiting for customer confirmation. Like there is no real answer comes up. In the beginning, the answer used to come up. The picture is not correct. We have uploaded the picture, corrected the picture, corrected the passport, but now it's been stagnant for some period of time. I don't know what else to do because the packages are released and I cannot configure a package for 3 unless my daughter is verified.
Okay, brilliant. Muad, are you with us, Muad?
How old is the daughter?
Oh, she's 18.
U.S. citizens,
Okay,
all of
yeah.
them?
We're all Canadian citizens.
Canadian citizen. Contact one of the after the meeting. Contact one of the Canadian representative. Maybe they can take a look at the account, see if they can catch something not adding, and keep on creating those Nusuk tickets. If you think the photo is correct, have someone take a look at it. But mashallah, if you have Fawad by
No, I
So
have been in contact with Canadian contacts. They have corrected my pictures and passport, but now the
okay.
feedback comes up as escalations because they said we escalated it, or they say audit step, but then they
When
say
was
the
the
audit.
last time you submitted the latest photo?
It was more than a week and a half ago or something.
Okay.
But
I
there's
mean,
nothing came up with the picture anymore. It's just escalations or audit step or waiting for customer confirmation. Because there's two things, status or feedback.
yeah.
Status says waiting for customer confirmation. I don't know what confirmation they need from me. I'm not sure.
And you also tried to call them on their help desk number?
I
That's
did not call them, but I can try calling them.
try. I mean, sometimes it gets expedited if you call them. But this last week has been a little slow in terms of them responding because, mashallah, there was a lot of people applying. I'm also waiting for a few accounts that were applied last week, and we haven't heard anything from Nusuk. So try call him, and inshallah, hopefully, we'll hear something soon.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay,
Okay.
Jazakallah khair. Okay, so I think we'll take the last question, inshallah, from Taha. Taha, floor is yours.
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Wa alaikum salam. Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, I just wanted to follow up with a question. I already asked this in the chat box, but it was in regards to with the use of the credit cards, if rec after the fact, like say you uh miss a payment and it charges you interest, yeah, it was answered that it wouldn't affect your Hajj, but my question is why wouldn't it?
Okay, I think we'll get Mufti Javed to inshallah not only answer that question, because I guess it's got obviously a religious significance to it, the question, but also to end the session, inshallah, once he's answered that question. Mufti Javed, the floor is yours. But before I hand over to Mufti Javed, please, stay tuned with regards to our Telegram broadcast and our various social media handles. And as we mentioned earlier on, the Albeit the Nusuk website is it's something that you want to essentially, it's a website that you want to visit not only to look at the packages. I mean, the packages are also fully available on Nusuk, as we mentioned, but also in terms of our representatives, if you need help, and other resources that are on the website, that inshallah that you might want to go through, from general FAQs, and so forth. So, in terms of resources, we've got you covered. So please take advantage of this, and inshallah, we look forward to seeing everyone next week. Bi-idhnillah ta'ala. Imam Javed, the floor is yours to answer that question and to wrap up. Inshallah, barakallahu feek.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says,
Mufti Saab, Mufti Saab, perhaps we can hardly hear you. At least I can hardly hear you. So can you?
okay. وَلِلَّهِ عَلَى النَّاسِ حِجُّ الْبَيْتِ مَنِ اسْتَطَاعَ. The subhanahu wa ta'ala says that the Hajj is only incumbent if a person has the ability to actually go for Hajj. So if a person is going to be using his credit card, nobody should be going for Hajj if they do not have the funds to replenish that credit card. If they And that's the only way they possibly would miss payments by mistake or by error, um, then that's different. But if they don't have the money to replenish that payment, then obviously they do not have the ability to go for Hajj. So they should be mindful, and they should only go for Hajj if they have the ability to do so, inshallah. So hopefully that answers the question in regards to making payments through credit cards. You could just in order to circumvent the credit card and you have the finances, then you can just send a wire transfer from your bank the directly to Nusuk, inshallah. Having said that, inshallah, please join us in the on our Telegram groups. The Telegram groups are open from 3 o'clock to 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There was so much on the chain regards to the groups and who's leading which group. If you can get in touch with the group leaders on, and the reps and the guides on, and you'll get from www.albaytonnusuk.com, and you can see a whole list of all the reps. Contact them, ask them which groups they're leading, and inshallah, hopefully you'll be able to get that information. And next week we'll be presenting the packages and the group and who's going to be leading which package also, inshallah. Jazakallah khair for joining. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Subhanallah wa hamdihi subhanallah al-azim. Subhanallah walhamdulillahi wa la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar. Wa la hawla wa la Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And Jazakallah khair for everybody for joining.